Today on Toypixx, 5 different types of lighting, and 2 I can't wait to try out with Batman! Alright folks, in this one, like I said at the beginning, I'm going to be going over 5 different types of light sources that I use when it comes to action figure photography, and I'm going to be using Batman to do it because he's Batman. At the end of the video, I'll be lighting Batman up with several of different types of lights I use so you can see how I do it, how I think about it. As always, everything you see in the video will have affiliate links in the video description below. Give me all the monies. And now, without further ado, let's get batty. Let's light it up. Or let's just start the video. Ladies and gentlemen, we're kicking this off with number 1, the best nightlight app that you can get for free wherever you download your apps. This thing I use quite a bit. It's pretty awesome. It can get me any color I need. Here's how it works. First off, I want to show you the reason I have it on infinite is because I never know how long it's going to take me to set up a shot. Like I might say have the light set up, but things keep tipping over and all that. If you don't want it on infinite, you're good. You can just keep doing this till whatever time you think is reasonable for you. And it'll shut off automatically after X amount of minutes, whatever you have it set at. So there's my infinite. That's what I like. Now this button here just sets the regular light. And you click this and you can use any of these colors. So let's just grab that green just because. Hit OK, hit go, and now you've got a crazy green light coming off your iPad. Pretty rad stuff. I like that. Something else that's cool is you can use these sliders and get whatever color you want out of it. So yeah, best nightlight. I love using this app. It's good stuff. Then there's also this mood light. I don't really play with this stuff, so I can't help you here. This is kind of a lava lamp sort of set. All kinds of craziness. Basically, the only reason I have this thing is so I can use it to light up whatever figure I want using whatever color I want. So, there you go. That was number 1, the best nightlight app. And now, something I use to simulate daylight. This is the huge ring light I use when I'm sitting at my desk doing live streams or when you see me at my desk doing pretty much anything video-wise. It's kind of why I haven't been at my desk so much. This thing eventually kind of hurts the eyes. The reason I use this to simulate daylight is when you have a huge light source like that ring light hitting those small figures, it just hits the whole area with a ton of light. It's not like the smaller LEDs that I use and things along those lines. Those are generally better for nighttime shots, which is cool because that's kind of the environment I like anyway. But yeah, you want a daytime shot, you want a huge light. This particular ring light has these 2 knobs in the back. What this one does is really crank up the light. So you have a little bit of control with brightness, and then what this one does is changes the color temperature. So you can go a little more yellow, or you can go a little more blue. Quick note on that ring light, you just need a huge light to simulate daylight. So those large box lights, those work as well. I just have a ring light, so the ring light is what I use. And the third type of light I use is a simple light box. You can see Batman in there just hanging out. Right now it's at the brightest setting. But now you'll see it start to get a little dimmer. But where's the fun in that? So I like to crank it up. Now the reason that I use a light box is because I like to have kind of plain white photos as thumbnails for my YouTube videos, and sometimes I like to just have a plain white background. So the light box works really well for that. All I have to do is take the picture that I want to shoot, make a few adjustments in the phone, and I'm done. But wait, there's more. See this white piece right here? That thing can come out and you can replace it with a black piece. But that's not all. There's also green. There's also kind of a cyan color. And of course, we've got to have red. And then a very muted, I suppose, yellow. Kind of a beige, kind of a tan, but a little more yellow than tan. Now I'm just getting caught up in colors. And that was the light box. The fourth type of light are the workhorses in the Toypixx stable. They are these LED panel lights that I have on telescoping tripods. They're kind of the all-purpose lights. These LEDs came in a 3-pack, and each LED contains 8 gels that are pretty awesome. All you have to do is pop the diffuser out of the LED and replace it with whichever color you want to use for the shot. Okay, I love these things because of the gels, because frankly, I don't always dig white light. And you can get far happier and far more ominous looks with different colors. A quick something else about these things that I'm pretty sure most LED panel lights have. You can make them so they're less bright. Low brightness. Woo! High brightness. Ho 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 ho. Yep. Workhorses. Okay, this fifth one's gonna seem like a bit of a cheat, but if you have one or more other lights, I'm pretty sure it's valid. For Batman here, I have one LED pointing down at him, kind of coming in like this, and I have the other that was the backlight that you just saw coming in like this, kind of hitting him back here. So, I've got 2 lights hitting him on the side there, and I've got a hugger-mugger yoga block here. Don't judge, unless it's funny. All right, the reason the yoga block is there is so I can take this reflector and set it right there, and you can see that that reflector is bouncing light off of those lights onto Batman, thus making it a third light source. Now, in case you missed, there he is without it, a lot more shadow. There he is with it, a lot less shadow. This, ladies and gentlemen, is why I consider this thing a light source. And you can flip this one inside out, so it's reflective gold, or white, or black, because that makes sense. And those, ladies and gentlemen, were the 5 types of lights that I'm currently using, but wait! There's 2 more I want to show you that I'm thinking I need to pick up and take for a test drive. The first one I'm really looking at are these light bars. Now, not these specifically. I will put a link in the video description for these ones. Consume. But honestly, I haven't done any research into these things. I just look at them and I see the control it looks like they afford without having to be on a tripod, so they'll just stand on your table. And it just looks like something that would be a really good thing when it comes to action figure photography. The last one is popping up on the screen right now. And here we have another one that I haven't done any research on. I just like looking at the pictures and seeing that you get to hold it, you get to place it wherever. Remember, kids, for standing things like this up, putty is awesome. I just like the portable nature of this thing. No tripods, no wires. Convenience is, after all, key. And having all kinds of colors, that doesn't hurt either. All right, now, let's light the Cape Crusader up using some of the lights I just showed you. In true happy accident fashion, I'm leaving this LED on because when I set up Batman here, it just happened to give a really cool look. Now, for anyone wondering, this is the Extreme Sets Asylum diorama, and the reason I'm using it, see if we can see this a bit, see those ha-ha-ha-has. In this image, Batman will be investigating the Joker's lair. So, I can't just have it be empty like that, right? There's gotta be more stuff going on in this shot. Behold, ladies and gentlemen, the only Funko Pop I've ever bought for myself is this, because I thought it would be hilarious for this diorama. Honestly, when it comes to my collection, Joker has more toys than Batman. All right, just messing around. I think I'll put this guy here. The Funko. Just because it's not like it's alive, it's clearly just decoration. I've also got this. Now, this you'll see lit up better when I actually add a lot more of the lights. It's kind of an oil drum that says ha 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 all over it. Definitely Joker style. I just don't remember where I got it. My gut is Etsy. So once you see it all lit up, then look around there, see if you can find it. It's good stuff, and it adds to the whole Joker kind of thing. And remember, I'm also setting up the foreground. If you saw yesterday's video, you'll know that the foreground is huge just because it's an area, it makes it so the figure is more kind of immersed in reality, I suppose. Okay, I have to turn on the other panel light just so I can kind of see what I'm doing. It's probably not going to stay like this. But next, I've got this table. Ooh, we're getting all jittery here. We're getting crazy with what we've got going on. And I'll probably, it's the Joker's lair. Let's angle it a bit. Just because we can. And remember, subtle adjustments will, I'm sure, be made because I'm going to take the shot just like I did yesterday's video through my actual camera, which I'll have to keep going back and adjusting as I'm setting all this craziness up. I love this chair that I found simply because it's so crazy green. It just adds all kinds of color, and it matches the oil drum pretty well. The table needs a lot of Joker-style stuff on it, so, Joker would just casually have a bomb hanging out. Got a few tools we'll throw in there. Oops, that one might have rolled. Might need to make adjustments on that screwdriver. The thing that rolled, don't worry, I know that one wasn't a screwdriver. So there's those. Screwdrivers there, just kind of thinking. But, ladies and gentlemen, we all know that a Joker lair is not a Joker lair unless you've got a crowbar hanging out somewhere out there. I'll make an adjustment on that. That doesn't look very good. But it is a crowbar, and it's definitely the Joker's lair. And finally, I have a whole lot of 1/12 scale cards that I keep in a Ziploc bag for shots involving the Joker, or in this case, the Joker's lair. Now, one thing that's tricky about when you have cards like this is you don't want to just carefully place them wherever because one, it's going to take you forever, and two, it's going to look patterned. And this is the Joker we're talking about. He's not exactly all that OCD, I guess we'll say, just for facetiousness' sake. So what I'm going to do is just take them and I'm going to sprinkle them all over this area here. So here we go. All right, we've kind of got cards all over the place now. Don't know that it added tons, but it added a little bit going on. And now that's pretty much the props. I'm going to go back, I'm going to look at my camera, and I'm going to see what's going on as far as how everything fits in the frame, make some minor adjustments, and then we'll get to the lighting. Everything fits in frame perfectly now. So I'm going to start the lighting in just a minute. When I take this photo, Batman is going to be off to the right-hand side like that, and he's facing the right. Now, the reason for that is because I want to create unease in this photo. I want the viewer to look at it and kind of be like, oh, geez, what's going on? Kind of freaking out a little bit. I can't remember the name of the principle, but it's something used in photography and in film, where if you have the character that you're focusing on to either side of the frame and also facing that side of the frame, there's a little bit of unease that happens. So there's just a little trick you can use in your own photography. One light down. It's the iPad with the best nightlight app. Now the reason I chose green is because Joker. I just think it always makes sense to have green going on in any kind of picture that involves the Joker. Yes, I know, so predictable. Bats needed a little more light on him, so I went as low as I could possibly go brightness-wise on this LED, pulled it off the tripod, and it's actually resting against the tripod right now. And it's giving Batman just a little more color, a little more gray over there where he needed it. Otherwise, it was going to be totally black, and I didn't think that was going to work out very well for the shot. Okay, at this point, I have to think about what I can and can't use, what I should and shouldn't use. It doesn't make any sense to use the ring light right now because he's inside. You're not going to have daylight blasting through. It doesn't make any sense to use the reflector because the way things are set up, either Batman would get too much shine off of it or he'd get too much green light coming from a side that there's no green light. But what it does make sense to use is something I didn't show you. Don't worry, I didn't cheat you out. It's the Best Nightlight app on my phone. So what I'm going to do is set up the shot, set up the camera, and in the middle of it taking the shot, because of how slow the shutter speed will be, I'll be holding my phone over Batman's head to, again, pop him out a little bit from the background, make him look better. So after I take this shot, you're going to see what everything looks like all lit up. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's the shot we set up, we lit up, and we shot. It's Batman against the right side. You're feeling all uncomfortable because he's facing the right. Ooh, psychology is tricky. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is all I've got for this one, so do me a favor and comment below and let me know, what did you think of this? Did it help you out at all when it comes to your lighting? Are you thinking of getting some of those lights that I'm kind of thinking of getting? These are the important questions of the day. Anyway, as always, thanks for taking the time to check out the video, and until next time, have fun and happy snapping. See ya. Okay, today was another leg workout, and I'm so thankful I got to sit for the majority of this video because, ow, as soon as I'm done setting this up and putting it on YouTube, I'm eating all the food because the legs, they're gonna hate me for like the next week, I'm fairly confident. Everything else, I can work out and it's not insane pain. The legs, apparently, I'm very weak.